In today's video, we are going to be doing a tier list of the
Dragon Ball SH Figuarts of 2024.
A tier list is always fun, but a tier list with another YouTuber is double the fun.
Hey everyone. And since our opinions kind of differ on some of these figures, I think it'll definitely be interesting. For the tier list, we're going to go from F tier being the lowest to C, B, A, and then instead of S tier, which is typically the highest, we'll do Z tier, of course.
Number one, we are going to start with Dr. Giro, aka Android 20. I love the character, so I'm gonna grade him higher, but just from what you saw with like reviews or pictures or something, where do you place him?
Doesn't he come with like the heart virus Goku face or something, like he's sweating? I always thought that one was pretty funny. I always just wanted to put him, like with his hand on his heart. I'll give it like a tier higher for that. I mean, I would probably put it in F tier, but I mean, it sounds like you really like him and you have the figure, so where would you put him?
B tier, but I think it's
B?
because I'm biased.
You want to meet in the middle, do like C tier?
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do Dragon Ball GT Goku.
This was like the first kid Goku that I got. I
Oh.
really loved it. One thing a lot of people liked was just the scale of it was correct. I remember watching your review, like you had some issues with like, I think it was your leg or the arm was coming off.
The
or
shoulder
something, but-
kept popping off. You didn't have
Shoulder.
that, so was that my figure?
I think so. And I mean, I usually get kind of bad luck on
Yeah.
some of the quality control. This figure for me, I mean, it was kind of perfect.
I think the only thing that a lot of people had a problem with was the price.
It really wasn't that bad though. I think it was a general release. Like people
was
were
like
getting it at GameStop and
54
yeah,
for
which
a kid. I mean, I
True,
think
yeah.
if he was 35, like the Daima Goku, but no tail, the
No
tail
tail, yeah.
should have been in there.
I would put him in A tier because
Yeah.
pretty much perfect, but like you said, without the tail and Super Saiyan head. I mean, I really don't like when they do the DLC stuff. I mean, Gohan's my guy, and I mean, he's
Oh.
kind of like enemy number one with all that DLC.
The
from the
superhero
superhero.
DLC was really rough.
Yeah. So the next one we have is the 15th anniversary edition of Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue from the Broly movie. When I got this figure, I really liked it. The faces were outdated, but that's kind of the only issue I had with this because it came with two heads. It has the Super Saiyan Blue and the Super Saiyan God, which is pretty much the only time you see him turn that. I like his suit. It's kind of that like darker navy. It's almost like grayish. I mean, I'd probably put it in B tier. Just the way we're
okay.
going.
Next up is the the new guy.
Oh, Toyotaro. I just say like the manga. This one I think could probably be my first Z tier, just because it comes with that awesome like the SH Figupedia, which kind of shows all these figures, tells the price and everything. But it's not for everyone. You'll hear mixed things like it is kind of just a reissue. They did some nice shading, but yeah, the faceplates don't really look like the manga.
So Yamcha, I want to put this higher.
He was the one I needed for the Z intro
Yeah,
or whatever.
yes.
Basically keeping him for that, but
So my problems with this figure were his neck is so long, and I looked online like you can't even fix it because it was like some weird neck peg thing. It's not like normally in his head.
And I really like the sculpt and it posed well. Yeah, it just looked kind of off because of that long neck. So
Damn.
I think B is good.
Next up, we have the Mecha Frieza. There's a big thing about this. A bootleg came out, a really cheap bootleg you should pick up. It's on the bootleg websites. Mine's almost here. It's being shipped.
Nice.
I have the official, so I'm going to do a little comparison. My problem with this figure is it's really good, right? Like it's really pretty and it's actually very well made. It's like, when Bandai's hitting on all the levels, it's beautiful. What you want from this figure is to be chopped in half, right? Like it's basically a statue and you put the limbs on the statue and you're buying it. And
really?
He was what, $80, $90? I think he was around $90 because he's fully articulated, right? But then when Trunks, spoiler alert, slashes him in half, he came with like a big chunk of plastic of his head and body that you pop the limbs onto. So he basically
I didn't even know that.
But his stand faces him down. I'm going to say B because it's really a great figure, but it's kind of useless. It's overpriced. Did we really need it in a figure form? They could have made the statue come with someone else. Maybe King Cold.
And I'm good with that. Gohan is my boy. And originally, like when I did my review and everything, I would have put this guy in Z tier because, I mean, he was, 3.0. It was the first like soft goods that we've gotten on a Dragon Ball Z figure and that line. The only reason I'm bringing it down is because the bad quality control issues. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but mine actually broke. So mine's just like I had to glue one of the legs back on.
Oh, that's the
I
worst.
posed it too hard.
Okay, B isn't bad. B is good. B is really good.
Yeah.
Next is, speaking of God tier, we have the pink hair. I call it pink hair, but I also don't have the figure. You call it red hair.
So I got it months early, and it was really cool. You know, even though it's like a 2.0 Goku, the sculpt was a little bit different. You know, since Super Saiyan God is skinnier version of Goku, he was smaller and skinnier than like the other 2.0 Gokus. So, and he has some nice shading, like he has like red shading and everything on his gi. It's hard to go wrong with any of those. So I'd probably put it in A tier, honestly.
I'll say A tier too. Perfect. So Scouter Vegeta is next. This Vegeta is great. I remember liking him. I mean, I never touched him again. So it's not Z tier. I wouldn't call it Z tier, but I wouldn't not call it Z tier.
I really liked it. So it was shorter than the other Vegetas. So they got his height down finally. The faceplates really reminded me of kind of that early Z look.
Are we thinking ZA? We're in between Z and A. Is that where you're leaning to?
Yeah, I mean maybe like top of A tier or Z tier.
Why don't we put him in Z tier? There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, let's do Z tier.
Okay. Next one up is the Q or Kiwi. Looking this guy up is so weird because he has different names. So we're gonna call him.
I say Cui.
Cui. Okay, we're gonna call him Cui.
There's like Cui and then there's Pui or something.
This figure is actually really good because I think a figure that like not a lot of people want, they have to make it good. I know they do this with Marvel Legends a lot. Like I have to give this guy just because there's nothing wrong with him besides his character.
So look wise, the head sculpts and everything are really unique. In that one where he's blowing up, I've seen someone take a picture. The picture is just them like holding the figure like they're squeezing it.
They're squeezing
and it looks
him,
like yeah. I mean that it just goes too well. And
he comes with an extra Vegeta face too.
Yeah, so I'll lean on you for Cui or however you want to say him. But
I have to say A because again, there's nothing wrong with him besides his character.
Articulation good and all that.
Yeah,
Nice.
He's a fun figure. Again, though, I'll never play with him ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Just put him in the blowing up pose and be done with him.
Next up, this is something that me and you both, I don't know if we could speak on it now, but just from the pictures alone, I know where I'm putting this. We have the Goku Gohan 2-pack.
I know where I'm going to put it. Should we just say it at the same time?
You ready? Z.
Z, yep.
I can't wait, actually. Like, that's the one figure I cannot wait for. That's my Goku.
Gotta wait till February.
Oh, we could just glaze that one, as the kids say, all day. So I'm going to just move us on because I could talk about that for 2 hours probably. Oily Trunks.
Diddy version?
The Diddy version, yeah. What were they thinking?
I don't know. I know Trunks is your boy, and I mean, they did him kind of dirty and super. We'll just say that. So I have the original one of this. San Diego Comic-Con doesn't come with his big, like the energy sword or spirit sword, whatever. I don't even know.
Can you imagine they re-release him, make him all oily, they make his hair translucent. They could have did one of those, right?
No base head either.
No base head?
No, just Super Saiyan.
But they didn't make him any cheaper. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's actually sucks.
Yeah. And his skin tone too, like I've seen someone's review it, he kind of just looks like a zombie. His skin's kind of like a grayish. I'll let you put him wherever you want since he's your guy.
Why don't we say it together?
Dirty.
I think we have our first F tier. I think
yeah.
Everyone will agree too. This is funny because right next to him is another oily guy, but they didn't oil his whole body up. They just oiled his pants up, which that sounds creepy.
He wore the red pants.
We have Jiren, the companion piece for this Trunks from San Diego Comic-Con. Where are we putting this one? Because
I have the original one, and it's probably my most slept on figure. Like I just never really touch it. So I'll kind of go with them and maybe put it C tier.
I was gonna say me and you could easily say C. Perfect. Yep. Okay. You said C while I was dragging it to C, so that's where he belongs. Great. We have Buff Frieza, Swole Frieza. I pre-ordered it, did a review. I enjoyed it. I gave it a positive review.
See, I would have put this one in Z tier, and it may win the #1 figure of the year. The only issue I had with it was my neck was the peg that the neck went onto was bent on mine.
No. I had that problem too, and you're gonna break it. You're gonna break it, right? Or something. Yeah. It felt really weird. Yes, I remember now.
I mean, that was the only issue because it's kind of just the counterpart to that legendary Super Saiyan 3.0. I mean, it's
I
a buff
know.
Frieza.
I wish I picked up this blue Vegeta. I don't even like the blue hair, but the pictures I saw of on Instagram, he looks so good. Do you have this guy?
Yeah, I got him from MECCHA Japan as well. So
I
I
got to
think
reach out to them.
yeah, I mean, I was kind of underwhelmed with the figure. I did like the faceplates and everything.
Yeah.
I think they looked really good, but I thought his body and mold was worse than that old, Super Saiyan Vegeta. These faceplates were better than that other Vegeta from the Broly movie. So, I mean, I'm probably thinking B tier, but maybe just higher.
Okay.
I mean,
so
just
we'll
like
put him in
higher up
front
in
of
the
him.
B tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put him in front. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of blue hair, but it's been growing on me. Like with the Daima stuff, I'm not fighting it anymore. Whatever. It's what Dragon Ball is now. I'm not going to fight it. Daima actually won me over with the last 2 episodes. I'm starting to feel Dragon Ball Z vibes from it, so I'm invested. I am going to say this little guy, we'll start with the Goku. Where are you putting him? Because at first, I was like, that figure's ugly. It looks like it's not going to work, blah, blah, blah. When I got him in hand, I couldn't put him down for a day.
I saw it. He started getting you to pose.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was he was the one that got me started to pose. It was just so much fun. I don't know. I would say Z tier, but that's gonna feel silly. I don't know. I feel like silly for saying that for some reason.
You got to ask yourself, do you like it better than that GT Kid Goku?
Yes.
We put that one top of A tier. So I mean, if you say Z tier, I'll go with you on it.
Dude, my rating was Vegeta, Piccolo, then Goku. Like that's how they rate. So
nice.
If you love the Vegeta, you're gonna. I personally think, but the Vegeta's not bad. I would just say out of all of them, it's my weakest one in my opinion. So where would you put Vegeta? I'm gonna let you take this one.
Well, I mean, we have both the Super Saiyan Blues in B tier. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just are hating on Daima, why they don't like this figure. I would personally put it in A tier, but with those other ones in B, I mean, I feel like we may just have to put it in B tier. I don't know.
So okay, now in B tier,
I'll let you be the deciding.
Where would you put it in B tier? Are we talking up in the front or in the back, or in the back of A tier?
I mean, if we put it in A tier, because I mean that would be putting it like above that Gohan.
No, I don't think it could. Yeah, I don't think it could.
I think we'll just do it at B tier.
I'll put Gohan belongs here, and then Vegeta could go.
He'll go last, B tier.
And Piccolo, I'll say B tier too. It's 60
You have a problem with your arms too,
dude. I had a paint defect on my arm. His folding arms don't work. It's awkward, and his head pops off a lot. There's a lot of problems with him, but he's still awesome though. I would say back of B tier.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Now, speaking of the Daima event, I did get a blue Vegito. Even though I wasn't a fan of blue Vegito, I like the classic yellow hair Vegito. Yeah. But I was like, this is an exclusive to the place I'm going. I'm gonna pick it up, even though it was $90. Yes. All right. So I'll put him. I didn't open him yet. I think I'm gonna do a review of him. He's oily too. That's the problem. He's a little oily. So where are you going to put him?
I would put it at A, just because there's really
nothing wrong with
other like cheap version of Vegito. I mean, unless they do that re-release or whatever it's called.
I think a B. His price, the shininess, his skin isn't that bad, but it's not perfect, and I don't like the translucent hair. So I'll say B is. I think a B, not B at the end though, like B in the middle is pretty good.
And I mean, the shine on his gi and everything looks good, but yeah, his skin is super white.
Another Diddy version. We're almost done. We have 3 more.
The Tamashii Nation store exclusive.
Yeah.
I think he's called like Z Fighters Goku.
Again, translucent hair.
I mean, so I got this figure. I mean, I just got it because I finally got all the Z Fighters to do that intro pose. And I mean, so I don't care for the translucent stuff. I think this one works though, because it's better than that Ghost Goku, and the faceplates and the skin tone isn't translucent, so you can put this faceplate on the legendary Super Saiyan. Body is translucent, yes, and the hair, but the hair actually looks pretty good. I don't know, I'd put it like high B tier. I don't think it's worth, it's a 2.0 Goku, but he does come with 2 head sculpts though, so I mean,
and it's expensive.
$50.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not 30. That could have been 35 at Target. Easy. Yeah. All right, we'll do King Cold because you have it. Well, but you didn't open it, right?
Yeah, so I have King Cold. I still need to do a review. I know a lot of viewers have been asking for it too. The box is just like humongous. So big. My thought on this figure will be, I think it's going to be the next Broly.
It's going to be a big sleeper
So
for sure.
like
Yeah.
people don't care for King Cold, but I mean, he's a chill guy. He's got his glass of wine and the ship,
Yeah.
sitting on his throne, and which is pretty cool. So that he comes with his throne. I mean, he's just so unique. And then kind of like with Kui, he's like one of those characters you don't really care for. And I think he only had a few seconds of screen time. So I mean, maybe just B because of the. Well, no, I mean, he just seems like one of those unique type figures. And
we're down to the final 3. GT Trunks. First of all, I love that we're getting GT figures. GT holds like a nostalgia for me, and Trunks, is my guy. So
yeah.
I like this figure, even though it sucks. Like, it's not the best figure, but it also.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people don't like this figure. I personally really liked it. I mean, the back of it was the only issue I had, just with his suit.
It's wild.
It looked really weird, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can get some good poses with that too. Yeah, he's really short.
It's just weird. It's not even that he's short. He's like underscaled,
Yeah.
but it's still a cool figure. I think I'm going to say A.
I was thinking A, so I'm good with that.
Super 17, my last figure basically of the year that I just got, because I saw your 10 out of 10. I gave the same review. Like I was very high on this figure, and he's pretty much perfect. But I realized, because then afterwards, I'm like you said you did in the past, I went and looked up some stuff afterwards, not just nostalgia, right? He had his head down with the hair over his face a lot because he would push it back. And I feel like the one head with just the hair back was a mistake. Like, we'll never get another Super 17. This was our chance. And I feel like, unless they do the buffed up version, which
the hair pieces are cool, but even in my review, I put I can easily see those breaking. Yeah.
But I'm going to say Z tier.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I really.
I mean, it was my last review, but that's the most fun I've had posing a figure. And I mean, I don't know if anyone else knows this, but like the posing is what takes longer than the whole review. At least for me, like I'm trying to look up some poses. Yeah,
I don't even do the posing in my videos.
Well, you're gonna start.
I think I'm gonna start. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I started posting on Instagram. Guys, follow me and Wasting Money on Instagram. I'll put all the information will be down below. So anything you need will be there.
Yeah, but no, I respect a lot, like some of these really dynamic poses and stuff.
Dude,
I just kind of look up.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this figure just posed really well, and even though it had some of those issues, it wasn't really enough to. I think Z tier is perfect.
Yeah, I have to say he poses really fun. We weren't going to include this, but it kind of was it definitely was a big thing for your channel.
Yeah. It kind of just kickstarted the whole thing. I mean, I guess, so technically this figure released like early, like people just found it at Walmart. There wasn't any information on it at all. It was just a brand new figure. I think someone posted on the SH Figuarts Reddit, what is this figure?
Well, people were thinking it was fake. I remember I covered it in the beginning. I was like, is this a bootleg? People were really people thought that guy was a liar. I remember, I wish they did that more, because that's really fun.
Yeah. And I think Walmart just kind of messed up, because it released at Walmart in December technically of 2023, but we're going to count it for 2024, because I mean, I didn't end up finding it till February.
So where would you place this?
$35 figure if you can find it, but I don't know. I'd maybe I would be biased and put it in A, but I think it probably deserves to be B tier, just because I didn't like that his faceplates, a lot of the eyes were looking to the side, and I really don't like that. They should have just made more like looking straight on.
So would you say B? Because I'll go with you. I could say A. I think it's pretty safe.
Okay, yeah, I'll say A, just because of the meme and everything.
Because of the meme, yeah, it's important to your channel. I mean, it's a cool figure. I would have liked maybe something new added to it.
No, so I mean, looking at all of this, I think we definitely nailed the Z tiers. We got, like early Z Goku, early Z Vegeta, and then we got like good representation with Daima there. The kid, or mini Goku. I guess he's not kid. A tier just kind of is filled with the Gokus, and then B tier
kind of
has Vegeta there.
Oh, he's always one step behind him. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are we good with this? Would you want to change one any last minute changes? Like anything here?
Do you want to put any Vegetas in A tier?
Now,
In the comments below, let us know if you're a Vegeta fan.
I like Vegeta. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, but you see, you have this figure, but I saw some really cool pictures. Would you be comfortable putting blue Vegeta in A tier?
I would, yeah.
All right. That
I
looks
think-
more balanced. I'm happy with this list, and I think we're going to end it here because we were going for a long time, wasting money. Tell everyone where they could find you.
Yeah, so go check out my YouTube channel, wasting_money. Or I appreciate you having me, Rocco, and he's the one that set this all up. So yeah, really good idea. I love these tier lists, and
I'm happy with this list. I would like to know, roast us heavy in the comments and look for another tier list because this was fun. Maybe one on Wasting Money's channel, maybe even a live soon. Now I have to end this because I have to get right to editing. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
bye.
If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, we both get it. I need everybody, go check out my Mercari shop. I sell stuff on eBay, on Mercari. And if you're a watcher of the channel, always DM me. I give you guys the best. Don't even look at the prices on there. You let me know. I'll give you the best deal I can. If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, we both get it. Use my code. Down below is the link. Go over there. You guys signing up is how I buy a lot of these figures. Use my code. We both get up to $50 in credit. And then I go and buy, like this figure. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy. You guys get it.